something that I think is a little awkward to talk about, but it's a question I get, God, so often from listeners just like hitting me up. And if no one wants to talk about it, I will respect that. I can cut your part out. I can just pretend like you don't want to answer this. It's fine. But um, how do we handle production splits? I'm not even talking about publishing splits at this point. I'm talking pure co-production. How are we deciding a lot of times? Let's say there's a $10,000 fee. Do we like to split it in half? Is it more of a thing where it's like, well, I did the bulk of this, so like I should get 75% of it, you should get 25%, blah blah blah. Obviously, I'm going to say this as a every case is different. We understand that, but as a general kind of like when you're co-producing, how do you like to do it, and when and how do you like to talk about back end kind of stuff? DJ, I'm going to throw you under the bus first.
Boy, when do I like to talk about it? Never.
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about it. So the way I get around that is we start at equals. That's what it is. There are tons of extenuating circumstances and ways in which productions get away from you when you start them, and all of a sudden there's more people involved, and people took steps without asking or without involving you. It happens so often that it's gross, really. But
Right.
I have to start, especially when it's very obvious. Let's say it's a three-way session, and there's me and another producer and a pure songwriter. That's going to be a 50%er to me on the production right away. When people start participating, especially if they're at the computer, this is one of the ways that I'd kind of start to draw the distinction for myself. Because I think if you're an instrumentalist, that's different to me than being a producer. That's different than the person who knows what's going on inside the computer. It's different than the person who knows, how the recording is being made or how it will be finished, So I was asked by an artist earlier this year who played a bunch of keyboards on a song in a session of his, and he said, I played all the chords. I came up with all the chords, and I played them on this keyboard for the producer, and I think I should get, co-production on this song, and I should be paid. And a big thing that I asked him, I was like, were you invited to play those things? Like, were you asked to join the production in that way? Or did you feel like you wanted to do it and you had the thing to do it? Because I think you run into problems with producers who, especially if you're the artist, they're not seeing anything when you sell t-shirts and go on tour.